I want to kill myself. Kill me now. I literally want to die. I hear these words around me each and every day by friends, family, and classmates. I hear these words with a different ear than many other teens hear these words. I hear these words knowing the immense impact suicide has on one's life. I'm a 17-year-old girl, and last year I lost my two closest friends to suicide. Along with this, I have suffered from depression and struggled with my own suicidal thoughts. Each time these words are thrown around, I am brought back to that life-shattering car ride when my mom told me Peyton killed herself, or the time I sat on the floor screaming, why me? Why did I have to lose another friend after I heard the news about Beata's death? These words are thrown around casually, not knowing the horrors they may cause for individuals, including myself. When you think of depression, what do you see? Is it a dressed in black cutter, a stick-thin girl? These individuals could easily be depressed, but the happy, smiling person you see before you today is also very depressed. I vividly remember driving a car with my mom and her commenting on how that girl must be so depressed, purely because of the way she carried herself and her outfit choices. But so am I said, astonished. So am I. And yet no one would think of the person that I am to be someone that's dealing with depression. Peyton killed herself October 31st of last year. She was an amazing cross-country runner, an avid Model UN competitor, a great mentor for younger kids, and the best friend I could ever ask for. She had a radiating smile that always managed to brighten the mood. This helped save me. Nobody thought of Peyton to be depressed, let alone suicidal. When people thought of Peyton, they thought of her incredible positivity, her amazing enthusiasm, and her unwavering love and support. Nobody thought of someone that was kept up brutally with insomnia or someone that could take their own life. Beata had similar talents of being able to brighten the mood. Her emanating positivity made everyone fall in love with her immediately. This helped save me. She wasn't someone to walk around dark, sullen, and gloomy. She was someone to find something beautiful in each and every day and made sure others found that beauty as well. My friends do not fit into societal standards of depression. Everyone has their own personal story with their own levels of depth. I suffer from depression. I suffer from depression. Say it out loud. Smash the stigma. Address it because it's a real issue that's not going anywhere. This is what Peyton made me do. She made me address the fact that I was mentally ill and needed help urgently. On a spring Sunday night, I brutally cut myself with a buy local pin, leaving ragged red markings on my left forearm. My parents saw these markings, asked what they were, and I responded with a little mishap in a thorn bush. After this, the conversation ended. Because obviously their sweet Julie was rummaging around on a thorn bush on a Sunday night, right? No. They were oblivious to the obvious truth, that their sweet Julia was very depressed and purposely harming herself. On Monday, Peyton saw these markings and asked what they are. A little mishap in a thorn bush, I responded. This lie didn't go too well with her, though. From then on, she completely put me under her wing and gave me unfaltering love and support. On Tuesday, I had a doctor's appointment to get a TB shot. TB shots are injected directly into your left forearm, and let me remind you, this is exactly where those red markings were still very apparent. As I walked into the hospital, I was nervous of what the nurse would say, of what she would say about my mental health, of what she would say about the markings on my arm, and what she would say to my parents. The nurse entered, rolled up my sleeve, injected the needle, and said goodbye, with no mention of the fact that a girl sitting before her so obviously was self-harming. Although I was nervous of what the nurse would say about the markings on my arm, part of me needed her to say something because it was to the point where I needed more intervention. The fact that there was no mention of the markings on my arm made me crawl even deeper into myself and become even more depressed. This sent Peyton to a rage, though. She was so mad that they would be so idiotic and say nothing about the markings on my arm. Peyton was my complete support mechanism. Peyton made me speak about my depression. Mental illness is a silent epidemic. Although 1 in 5 individuals suffer from some sort of mental illness, it is completely pushed under the rug and we do not address it. We talk about broken bones and we talk about headaches, but the mere thought of talking about mental illness makes people run far and fast. Last spring, I wanted to kill myself, but I was done being silent. I told my parents and they brought me to the hospital. They saved me. I saved myself purely because I could speak about my depression. This is a message I want to spread far and wide. Because of this, I created a project I call the Yellow Tulip Project, which is meant to spread hope and happiness and try to remind people that even in the hardest and darkest of times, hope still really is out there. Peyton's favorite color was yellow, and Beata's favorite flower was a tulip, so for me, it is a perfect combination of my friends' lives. In the fall, we planted Hope Gardens, which is a community gathering while planting yellow tulip bulbs into the ground. We planted Hope Gardens at hospitals, schools, and other communities around New England. Peyton and Beata put so much of their love and energy into making people feel loved and cherished. I believe that through this project, their legacy can continue on. I'm a 17-year-old girl who lost my 2 closest friends to suicide. I'm a 17-year-old girl who's a passionate musician, artist, and worker. I am depressed, but today I am healthy. I want to kill myself. Kill me now. I literally want to die. Think before you speak. Thank you.